live interviews, music, and much more. There is hope for the elderly at Unforgettable Twilight Years. Now open in Valencia. Clean and hygienic, caring and committed staff, monthly field trips, monthly massages, indoor activities, hourly, daily, and weekend care. Give us a call today on 795-8424 or 390-5457. Unforgettable Twilight Years. It's home away from home.
Quick message to all those other stations out there. Caught you listening again.
Hey, you're listening to JLS 103.5 online radio station.
GLS Radio Online 103.5 Katy Street, Buku, Tobago. Sundays 5 to 7 p.m. Tobago Local Talent Blast. New local artists, features, interviews, local music, discovering entrepreneurs, local cultural icons with Sister G and Kisia, DJs, NT, and most supreme Godfrey Marie. Each and every Sunday, GLS Online Radio 103.5. Just sign in GLS Online. Yeah, you're inside with over 65,000 viewers worldwide and growing. The new voice of Tobago's culture is here. GLS Radio. Join in the fun. Every Sunday, 7 p.m. The hottest DJ since sliced bread, DJ Scorpion. Sunday School. Every Sunday on GLS Radio 103.5.
And of course, it's a pleasant good evening to the world. GLS Radio Online, coming to you from Katy Street in Buku, Tobago. And just to let you know that it is Sunday, and we're going to have a blast. Yeah, man, we're going to have a blast today. My name is Len Phillips. I'm sitting in alongside
Sister G.
And of course, this evening we have a beautiful show for you. It's Local Blast Countdown. And today, we want to remind you to take charge, take responsibility. We want to remind you to wear a mask, sanitize. Just want to say hello, shout out to all the wonderful Tobago people who are locked in. Moraya, Lance for me, Golden Lake,
Mason Hall.
Yep. Wawa Buku. You can't get out today.
Of course, you're right here. Broadcasting live.
So I'm alongside DJ NT. On the other side of the glass, we have the man, DJ Scorpion, and we also have the man, most supreme.
Yo, you don't know it's a girl Carissa, I'm here represent for DJ NT.
Yeah, man. So, we are inside the Local Blast Countdown now, and we're not going to waste any time. Coming up, the first song for the evening, we have Miss
Delani Baines with the song Praises.
Just remind you that you can call in 471-4244, or you can text your ratings for each song on a scale of 0 to 10. It's the Local Blast Countdown. This is Delani Baines with Praises.
a treasure in earth, a treasure in earth, a treasure in earth. No other name I shall give praise. Lord, you created an authentic space beyond what the eyes can see. Yeah, peace, love, faith, and harmony. Lord, your spirit is eminent. Your power, Lord, is evident upon this land and its natural element. Lord, I wanna praise you for blessing my island. Lord, I wanna praise you for blessing Tobago. A treasure in earth, a treasure in earth, a treasure in earth. Lord, your work on nothing's great. I should praise you for your endless grace, for your protection in this land. Yeah, from famine, drought, and destruction. So many times you have spared us, forgave us, and warned us. Holy Spirit, in your hands I place our land. Lord, I wanna praise you for blessing my island. Lord, I wanna praise you for blessing Tobago. A treasure in earth, a treasure in earth, a treasure in earth. Lord, I wanna praise you for blessing my island. Yes. Lord, I wanna praise you for blessing Tobago. A treasure in earth, a treasure in earth, a treasure on earth.
And for that song, Praises, the music was done by the late Steve Wilson and his son, Kashif Wilson. As we move along in our Blast Countdown, we're moving next to Cassandra Mortley with her song, Crisis World.
The time in which we now live is full of sickness, sorrow, and senseless riots and killing. But you, my dear friends, be careful to stay right at the center of God's love, ready for the mercy of our Master.
The Bible says that evil men manifesting in the end, they will deny the worth of life, and the world will be in strife. Nations will be in uproar, don't know what they're fighting for, unless they try to find world peace. Tribulations will increase, but if we want to save our souls, to achieve our eternal goal, don't forget the Almighty, only He can
Cassandra Motley.
Lyrics by Mr. Len Phillips.
And she's from the group The Mix.
We also want to shout out to Florence Mahadio early in the game. So please remember, this is your blast countdown. So vote from a number from 0 to 10.
And remember the numbers to call 471-4244. And of course, you can text your ratings between 0 to 10. Just on a little note of caution. You know, if you don't know where you're going, Sister G, any route can take you there.
You are so right, Mr. Phillips.
You know, my father used to tell me something when I was growing up, and I used to resent it, right? And he used to say, be not found in idle tattling groups on street corners. He said that is where bad habits are formed and moral depravity has its origin.
Right.
And I will never forget those words. So that is why you have to be careful when you go on Facebook, Sister G. Fellas are talking to all you seriously.
Go there, Mr. Phillips. Go there.
Right, because you're seeing this nice girl on Facebook.
Oh my.
She looks so sweet. Well, ladies too. You see this handsome gentleman, you know, and you tell yourself, yeah. But listen,
The GT.
listen to what happened to a gentleman called Mr. Govindra Ramlogan.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Mr. Govindra Ramlogan, chutney artist here in Tobago. And he has a song coming up. The name of the song, Facebook Girl. Oh, look careful, fellas. Careful. Careful. Here comes Mr. Ramlogan.
I saw this girl on Facebook and she was looking nice. But when I see she in real, she had me thinking twice.
Open it!
Hey, this is a boy Chana from Tobago. I saw this girl on Facebook and she was looking nice. But when I see she here, she had me thinking twice. I saw this girl on Facebook and she was looking nice. But when I see she here, she had me thinking twice. Had me thinking twice, had me thinking twice. She hot off my head so I had to cool long with ice, yes, cool long with ice. I saw this girl on Facebook and she was looking nice. But when I see she here, she had me thinking twice. Photoshop, it really have to stop. This thing they Photoshop, it really have to stop. One set of filter and plenty makeover. One set of filter and plenty makeover. I saw this girl on Facebook and she was looking nice. But when I see she here, she had me thinking twice. I saw this girl on Facebook and she was looking nice. But when I see she here, she had me thinking twice. I want them girl and them to try and understand. I want them girl and them to try and understand that all a man wants is a natural woman with good qualities and natural beauty, so we could settle along and start a family. I saw this girl on Facebook and she was looking nice, but when I see she real, she had me thinking twice. She had me thinking twice, had me thinking twice. She hot off my head so I had to cool long with ice, yes, cool long with ice. I saw this girl on Facebook and she was looking nice, but when I see she real, she had me thinking twice.
Sister G, you'll have to be careful, eh? All that glitters is not gold.
Often you have
You
heard
understand?
that told.
That fella learn a lesson, boy.
Big
You
up to
understand?
Marsha David. Good afternoon to you. Let us know where you all are hailing from.
And soon we're going to get a favorite a texter or a favorite caller.
Yes.
And I see Florence Mahadio lining up.
She's one of our most faithful followers.
So Florence, thanks for having
like and share. Everyone like and share.
All right. Just remember that we are all over the world, and the last time we checked, we had over 65,000 viewers and counting.
All the way from Germany.
All over.
Persons in the UK.
All over.
All over. US and the Caribbean. Again, our prayers continue to go out for St. Vincent. Do your part in assisting them in their hour of need.
And of course, we like to send out our condolences to the late Franklin Khan's family. We can't send out condolences to him because he's no longer with us. But to his family, we send our condolences to you in your time of grief. And we hope that all will be well with you. And also to those persons who would have lost loved ones just recently. And even today we have funerals going on and stuff. We know how it is. And we share our condolences with you as well. Right? But right about now, we have some trouble.
New trouble.
New trouble. Serious new trouble, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. Because we have coming up next. And remember to rate the songs. Right? You'll be helping us when we have our big splashdown first week of May to pull out the top 10 songs from the local blast countdown. And you can rate your songs between 0 to 10. I'll be looking forward to either your call in at 471-4244 or you can text your rating online.
Mr. Phillips, just before you hit that new trouble, Marsha said she is hailing all the way from Point Fortin. Big up to Point Fortin!
You know, in Tobago, I would say pint, you know. So don't all them people are in pint. Right. Mr. Carver Thompson, if you're listening, I also share condolences on the death of your aunt who was murdered, unfortunately. And we hope that justice will be done. Right? A 96-year-old aunt of Carver. Right? She was murdered.
Wow.
Right? And that is so sad that we have that. That's why we have all this new trouble.
No respect for even the elders.
For life.
No respect for life.
And stuff like that. And then, you know, these are bad men.
In their minds.
But bad men do run, you know. After you commit the crime, you're not supposed to run. Stand up there and say, I did this.
Take your punishment.
You know what I mean?
Beat your chest.
But right about now, we have some new trouble coming up. And, of course, it is the one and only Miss Stephanie Joseph. New trouble.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Living a lie that I believed, doing wrong, thinking I was right. But look at me now. So many things I wanted to achieve, thinking that I had the perfect love life. But it wasn't, no. So many rules that were listed, I never knew they existed. But I know that I had to break free from your love. Your love got me in so much trouble. Trouble, too much heartbreak, so much took myself away. I made my mistakes. Too much heartbreak, so much can't take. Took myself away. I made my mistakes. So many times I just wanted to leave, but I didn't know how. So I just humbled. And every time I made up my mind, I changed my mind. And I always stumbled
The sound of Stephanie Joseph on the Local Blast Countdown. And of course, we are coming to you live.
From Katy Street in Buku.
Yep.
GLS 103.5 online and entertaining you with the latest news, live interviews, music, and much more.
Okay, and we are back. Right now, we are introducing to you and interviewing none other than Mr. Richard Clark. He's an experienced chef. His place is the Crown Point Jerk Center and Caribbean Cafe. Oh, is this? Okay, and the Sandy Point Beach Club as well. Woo! Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. Mr. Clark, tell us about yourself. How long have you been a chef and what inspired you to become a chef?
From my recent my father, I am also electrician, engineer, but when I leave college, my father decided I can't stay home, so he said I should go back to do something in school, so I chose food, because that was the available option open at the moment. And from there I start, then after I branch off in Miguel in Jamaica, I started to work with the Sandals Foundation, and then I started to love it.
Okay. What brought you to Tobago?
My wife was from Tobago, yeah.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. How many years have you been a chef?
14 years.
Would you say that you have an area of speciality?
Sure, seafood.
Ah, why seafood and what type of seafoods?
Well, I'm a person which I love all of the seafood, so I think more here to cook it, and I see which I can do seafood in a lot of different ways.
Okay, so I heard jerk. You said repeat the name of your business?
Crown Point Jerk Center, and the other one is R&C
Cafe. Do we get the seafoods there?
Sure.
All right, that's what we're talking about. So I know you can't give us any of your secrets to your secret recipes, but just tell me one or two of the things that you prefer. When you say you love seafood, give me some of your preferred dishes.
Like scallop, lobsters, relics.
I'm seeing some mouth watering here, guys. Now the gentleman has brought some samples. People are already starting to fight about who getting them. Thank God my food is already cooked at home, so I am safe for them. So last year you bring yes. I never know how safe that was. Big up to Delani. She said great choice. Yes, are we own Delani? Wonderful, wonderful. We would have started off with Delani with her song praises this afternoon. So Mr. Clark, do you have a family?
Sure.
I know you said your wife is from Tobago. How many kids do you have?
3.
What kind of ages?
4, 11, and 9.
Okay. So you say you also work at Sandy Point Beach Club.
Yes, I do.
Where do you find the time to manage 2 restaurants and to have your skills at the Sandy Point Beach Club?
Well, it's something that I use, so I always find time in between.
All right. So how long have the 2 restaurants been in existence?
R&C Taste and Caribbean, we open like about 6 years now. While the Drug Center, we open for Carnival 2020.
Okay. And how have you been affected by COVID-19?
Well, it's affected us real bad, especially in Tobago, because Tobago mostly depend on tourism. So better one, yes.
By the grace of God. And what would you like to tell your viewers out there, your fans, your special fans, who come to your restaurant, and for those who do not know your restaurant, why should they come to the Jerk Cafe?
Alright, we have a special which very affordable for the needy person. We have meals starting from $25 and up. We also provide a door drop service, which you could stay home, call, and we deliver your food right there.
What number did they call?
368-6812 or 332-7809.
Okay, you have to do that again very slow.
Okay.
So persons who want delivery service.
You could call 368-6812 or 332-7809.
Okay. And is your jerk especially very hot? The true Jamaican hot jerk and have your mouth butted up with tastiness?
Yes, we have the true sauce, but we normally break it down based on the taste of the customer. So we have it mild, we have it medium, and we have it sweet.
Okay, and just for those out there who can't partake of the samples, what did you bring today for our wonderful staff to sample today?
Alright, I bring the jerk pork, the escovitch fish, jerk chicken, I bring some local breadfruit chips, some fried plantain, Jamaican rice and peas, and some festival.
Alright, so people are hearing all the good stuff that you can get from Richard Clark's Crown Point Jerk Center and
RNC Taste of the Caribbean Cafe.
RNC Taste of the Caribbean Cafe. Queen Esther, good afternoon to you too. So you're hearing all the tasty food, just a snippet of some of the tasty items that you can get right here in Tobago from Richard Clark's Crown Point Jerk Center and RNC Taste the Caribbean Cafe. Mr. Clark, it has been a pleasure having you. I'm sure it will be a pleasure for those who will be partaking of your wonderful goodies. Tell us again what you have brought to sample.
We have the jerk pork, escovitch fish, the jerk chicken, we have the breadfruit chips, the festival, Jamaican rice and peas.
So, boss man, keep an eye on everybody. Nobody will be running away to eat until we finish the program. Have a wonderful afternoon, Mr. Clark. And
so you want to thank
for
Mr.
coming.
Clark for bringing fish here, about fish, right?
Escovitch fish.
Okay, well, but you watching me so, boy, and he watching me in a kind of way as though I'm not supposed to see nothing about fish. You the fisherman or what? I never hear more. Mr. Clark, we look forward to sampling your goodies. And remember, just give us the numbers again to call.
Yes, for
do you cater? Do you cater? Huh?
Yes, we do.
Yes, so if you're feeling lazy and you're home and you don't feel like cooking, you don't feel like doing anything, call Mr. Clark and he is going to deliver to you a wonderful meal that you'll be able to share with your family. And if any is left over, just call me and I will be there. Okay?
Mr. Clark, a question. Are you on Facebook?
Sure, we do.
Alright. What's your Facebook address?
Richard Clark.
Okay. Alright. So give us the numbers again for delivery.
Number is 368-6812 or 332-7809.
Alright, and that is for the Crown Point Jerk Center and RNS Taste the Caribbean Cafe. Mr. Clark, a pleasure to have you.
Thank you
Continue
so
to be safe and all the best to your family.
And that's the way we do it here on GLS Radio Online. This is the Tobago Local Blast Countdown. As we get back into the music, and the music, we are going to feature a young man that was here some time ago. Goes by the name of Creed, and the name of the song, Minty. So put your for Minty by Creed. And this is a brand new one coming out from the man Minty, recorded and mixed by Mr. Andy Wilson at Wilson's Music Center. The name of the song, Minty. This is Creed.
No longer my walk on the cornfield. No longer my walk on the cotton field. I'm a master of my own mind. No longer can evil step to me. if I could have free some more, but enough of them and never open up the door. Jaja make it clear, you are free, you are free, you are free to explore. Me make a stand for my people, them. They have to see me wanna free all of them. Look and see the pages of the timeline. Slavery never end. And what we fighting for? Black against black, what we seeking for? We have to rise above the segregation and raise as a nation. You need to see it clear. Look the silver lining right, yeah. Jaja guide of us, yeah. Minty cry, minty cry. Minty cry, minty cry. She pray for evil to die, for freedom for you and I. Minty cry, minty cry. Minty cry, minty cry. She pray for evil to die, for freedom for you and I. Run away from our slavery. Unite we stand, they gonna fear our bravery. We have to stop fight each other down and stop killing souls of the nations. Never turn your back on this order. Never turn your back and run back to Massa. They better not to fail each other. Don't stop, keep going, taste the freedom. Fight for liberty, fight for the real ones. We call on Jaja to cover us. Here's our freedom. Here's our freedom. Jaja send us a freedom. Hey, we sing again. Minty cry, minty cry. Minty cry, minty cry. She pray for evil to die, for freedom for you and I. Minty cry, minty cry. Minty cry, minty cry. She pray for evil to die, for freedom for you and I. Na 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 na. 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 Na 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 na.
So good afternoon to all our online viewership. We're here on GLS 103.5. And we are here having our Bego Local Blast Countdown. We'll go straight into our next artist, Clyde Bob with I Love My Jesus.
I say I love me Jesus, and I love him back. Some people say I'm crazy to be serving God.
The number 2.
It's vibes!
Careful.
Jesus, and I love him back. Some people say I'm crazy to be serving God. Some people want to know why I love Jesus so. Some people want to know why I love Jesus so. 'Cause I preach in Jesus anywhere I go. I preach lying in bed. The blood of Jesus saved me, that's why I didn't get. The blood of Jesus saved me, that's why I didn't get. I said, oh, that's why I love me, Jesus. I tell you, that's why I love me, Jesus. Lost, I was sinking in sin, and my soul was lost. The blood of Jesus saved me by dying on the cross. The blood of Jesus saved me by dying on the cross. I said, oh, that's why I love me, Jesus. I tell you, that's why I love me, Jesus.
Bob would have been here live. We would have interviewed him last week, and we would like to reach out and say to our Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Mr. Keith Rowley, that we wish you get well soon with your bout of COVID. May you continue to be strong as you serve this nation.
All the way from the USA, we have a young man from Tobago who sent us some beautiful music.
Wonderful.
And he is from the village of, I think it's Mount Pleasant. And the name of the song is Quality. The name of the singer, Mr. Samuel Archer. I know that name going to ring some bells, raise some heads. But right now...
Radio, yes, that was a big tune.
Yes.
Big up to Kelson, Daniel. Thank you.
Nice
like
to have
and
all
share.
Nice to have all of you on board. But right now we're going to listen to Mr. Samuel Archer, and the name of the song is Quality.
The time I spent with you, I want it to be quality. 'Cause I don't have tomorrow, and until the time I will see. The time I spent with you, I want it to be quality. Love shining down on me. I was a couple miles away, and I couldn't believe what the radio had to say. At that moment, my mind just ran on you. Then I wondered, without your love, what will I do? The time I spent with you, I want it to be quality. I want it to be quality. 'Cause I don't have tomorrow. Oh no, till the time I will see. I will. The time I spent with you, I want it to be quality. Yeah. 'Cause I don't wanna lose the thought of your love shining down on me. Just wanna hold you, touch your face again, and do it's my last day, and love you like there's no end. This was a wake-up call for me, yeah. So the time we have today, let's make it quality. Because baby, the time I spent with you, I want it to be quality. I want it to be quality. Yeah, 'cause I don't have tomorrow. No, I don't. Till the time I will see. The time I spent equality. 'Cause I don't have tomorrow, and until the time I will see. The time I spent with you will want
The song of Mr. Samuel Archer, the name of the song, Quality. I'll be moving straight on ahead. Remember to call in or to text in your ratings on a scale of 0 to 10. Right about now, we have the man.
I just want to say thank you to Tony King. He has given Creed a solid 10. Thank you so much.
Ray.
Oh, we have Rondell Rajman saying Facebook girl 10. Come on, guys. Thank you so much. Let's get those ratings
Right.
on.
Is that what we're talking about? Well, look, I just sit down there and then rate this song and them. How we gonna know who is number 1 and number 2 and thing, and 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Right. So we're moving straight ahead, and we have the man Desi Allen coming up. And here what happening? The man have a serious message: "Thou shalt not steal."
A serious message, Mr. Phillips.
Right. All of those thief people thing.
You get in serious
Right.
trouble.
So this is the man Desi Allen. Thou shalt not steal.
Everybody want to eat, and nobody know how to work. So much of crime are born in any place, and people walk for no one's the reason. But the love of money is the root of all kind of evil. Hey, by faith, sweat, a man shall eat bread. That's what Genesis 3:19 said. Some rather do the opposite instead. Some rather rob and steal and beg. Why you know what you work hard, but still you want the biggest reward. You can't hide from God. Him see when you go steal and rob. So thou shalt not steal.
Excuse me. What's going on the house there?
Everybody want to eat, and nobody know how to work.
GLS Radio Online.
So much of crime are born in any place, and people walk for no one's the reason. But the love of money is the root of all kind of evil.
Tell them, brother.
By faith, sweat, a man shall eat bread. That's what Genesis 3:19 said. Some rather do the opposite instead. Some rather rob and steal and beg. Why you know what you work hard, but still you want the biggest reward. You can't hide from God. Him see when you go steal and rob. So thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal. No, thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal. Tell me what one in the neighborhood. The news we be a hearing no sound too good. Everybody want to eat big food. Nobody do want work as them should. It seem like people now work on again. Working smarter than the latest trend. But if you a thief and you know want to repent, you want your money and go perish in the end. So thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal. No, thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal. Tell me I talk to those in the office, the administrators and the bosses. Make a your move so cold-hearted with those who not join your political party. God see your heart and God know your motive. Him know you wrongfully demoted. To man this thing went unnoticed, but the angels in heaven report this. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal. No, thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal. By fear place where the man shall eat bread. That's what Genesis 3:19 said. Some rather do the opposite instead. Some rather rob and steal and beg. Why you know want to work hard, but still you want the biggest reward. You can't hide from God. Him see when you go steal and rob. So thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal. No, thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal.
The son of the man, Desi Allen. Thou shalt not steal. All of us must listen and hear when people talk. You know, we have a lot of prophetical songwriters and a lot of people who are giving good warning. And you need to heed the warning that is going out there. So, that was Mr. Desi Allen, Thou Shalt Not Steal. And we're coming close to the precious segment moment. But just before we do that, a very special gentleman happens to be in our island at this point in time. He's no stranger to Tobago. He was born in Culloden, raised in Culloden, bred in Culloden, and then he went out to England. He went to other parts of the world. He currently resides in England, but the COVID has said to him when he came down here some time ago, you need to stay in Tobago and be safe. And we are talking about Tobago Crusoe, the man Othniel Bacchus from Culloden. And he has a special song that we want to play for you at this point in time. Brand new. Who Holds the Iron? So this is Tobago Crusoe, Who Holds the Iron. And we have in the studio Mr. Gilbert O'Connor coming up in a little while.
Everybody think they are politicians. Everybody know how country should run. They think they know all about parliament. They think they know how to run government. They say those in charge are not capable, and they don't care do good for the people. Nothing ever looking right in their eyes. Anything they see they would criticize. You will get them arguing day and night. Anything they say they believe they're right. But give them the work and I'm telling you, most of them wouldn't know what on earth to do. But when you put them in charge, then they don't see. Running the country isn't so easy. They can't handle the problems they meet. It's not they know who only I am does feel the heat. You will hear them shout at election time. We will create jobs, we will cut down crime. We will build more schools and hospitals too. We will cut taxes, all that we'll do. We're going to boost the economy. We will enhance our GDP. Our youths will have more opportunities. We will build houses for our families. We will create a political atmosphere. Big companies will want to invest here. And the country's debts, we will deal with it. We will make sure we cut down the deficit. But when you put them in charge, then they don't see. Running a country isn't so easy. They can't handle the problems they meet. It's not they know who only I am does feel the heat.
Easy.
Some of them end up as opposition to keep an eye on the administration. But any decision those in power make, they will oppose for opposing sake. They will say they have their own agenda to put in place when they get in power. But they are all caught up in the game. When they get in charge, they'll be just the same. As long as an idea don't come from them, a good policy is still a problem. And most of the time applying skillful articulation. They manipulate the population. That's how they succeed in the election and go on to form the administration. And now they're facing reality. They're meeting all kind of difficulty, and all the cracks now begin to show. And now they know how much they didn't know. So now they can fulfill their promises. If they start to lie and making excuses, and that is just the reason no one should ever really trust a politician. You put them in charge instead they don't see. Running a country isn't so easy. They can handle the problems they meet. It's not that no hold the iron does feel the heat.
And that was Our Boy, Mr. Tobago Crusoe, who called the iron, written by Mr. Len Phillips.
No. You got that wrong.
I got that
Sister
one
G.
wrong.
You want him to sue me.
Oh, I do apologize.
I already did.
And then from the airport,
I would have did the music, right?
All right, music
And-
done by Mr. Len Phillips.
Right.
Written by Mr.
No, the
Tobago
music was
Crusoe.
arranged.
Mr. Phillips, I think you better take over this one.
Yeah, the music was arranged by yours truly, of course. Recorded at Wilson's Music Center. The recording engineer, Mr. Andy Wilson. And of course, it's always written and composed by the man himself, Tobago Crusoe.
Yes, Mr. Crusoe, my apologies.
Yes, and we're having trouble to have Crusoe in here now, boy. The man shy. Just imagine this man travel all over the world.
All over the world.
And you shy, but you're gonna reach.
Just
Hopefully
you-
before
we
he
have to
leaves.
call him in.
Yeah, because we don't want him to leave here now to go up till they get sick.
Correct.
Because he's here where he could get all the vitamins that he needs.
And all the bushments.
That's right. And he know Bush, eh?
I
he
am
know
sure.
Bush. Crusoe, if you're listening, good evening, boy. And well, I can't call a boy. Good evening, brother. All right? And I could call a boy with me and you lyman. But good evening, my brother. And I hope that all is well with you. But of course, we have in the studio a veteran.
A veteran.
A veteran.
A
in the
cultural icon.
studio. Yeah, man.
The man behind the mask that we have today is none other than Mr. Gilbert O'Connor, aka
Happy.
And
Right.
we're into our precious memory segment, where we remember music and persons and personalities of days gone by, those who have left this earth recently and a long time ago. And today we are especially remembering the big bands of yesteryear. Do these names ring a bell? Jerry Stewart, Lord Hollis, Little Seven, Deltones, Sound Supremes, Waco and the Time Machines, Banner, Ray Lions, Nomads Brass, Aquarius Brass, and many, many more. But until we get to that segment, I would like to interview the man himself, Mr. Gilbert O'Connor. He was a career public servant. He's an actor. He's a songwriter, a calypsonian. He was a professional teacher for 28 years until he became a cultural officer, meaning he worked in the cultural arena for many years. So, Mr. O'Connor, good afternoon.
Pleasant good afternoon to you, Giselle. Good afternoon to the crew. It's really a pleasure to be here. And it's a good thing you get me because I like Crusoe too. Shy. Though this, this sit down thing is not really
Your thing.
We have to be animated out there with spaces and moving.
I understand.
But,
COVID.
But it's a Tobago thing.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Bless the Lord, and I'm happy that you're here. He's taking no chances with COVID, people. So he is the man behind the mask, Gilbert O'Connor. Mr. O'Connor, what village do you hail from here in Tobago?
Well, I was born in Glen Road, grew up in Friendsfield, part of my life in Bagatelle. I moved back to Glen Road, I live in Logwood Park now, so I'm a tongue boy.
Right,
Grew up in and around Scarborough.
All right. You went to school at Bishop Anstey in
Bishop's
Tobago.
High School, Tobago, up at Mount Mary.
Mhm.
Good at the time of people like Dr. Rowley and Winsford James and all these folks, Alan Richards. Those boys, Jeffrey McFarlane, I had a halo Jeffrey.
Go right
because
ahead.
I was part of the cadet crew. Jeffrey McFarlane, Alan, Clary Bacchus, Roderick Roach, those guys.
And during the intermission, you were telling me, as you were talking about you were a cadet, you said you had hopes to become a soldier. How did that go from being a soldier to becoming a teacher?
Well, in 1968, I was getting the chops up, ready to go to the army. But 1968 wasn't too far from 1970. You know what went on in 1970. Good. And you know, from inside sources, I got a pitch and say, don't come in here now. If you find something else to do, do it.
Right. Thank God.
I went to teaching. I was never in the thoughts. After teaching for a month and a quarter at Lekoto, I had applied during the interim to Mausika Teachers Training College, for at least here for the interview. And I was selected to go to Mausika. So I was at Mausika Teachers Training College from 1969 to 1971.
Right, yes.
Under the great Daphne Coffee.
Wow.
We call her Macoff.
Okay.
And anybody who passed through Mausika under McAfee, you know, most of us end up involved in the cultural field. Felix Edinburgh, the great Hero Grenard.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
That's a Mausika. Mike Duncan, who was here.
Also,
you know,
at Mausika.
And my dear friend, Annette Alfred.
Wow.
And she is my main inspiration for becoming a cultural officer. Because Annette was close to me from since Bishop's High School.
Wow.
We were in the same house, Bowls. And I was an athlete, she was an athlete. So when we had sports meeting, the biggest mouth railing for Gilly out there, because I had a pet name, Gilly, is Annette.
Right.
Good? So from there, we were very close. So she went to Mausika, I went to Mausika. When I came out of Mausika, when I graduated in 1971, I was posted to Plymouth Anglican School. She was married and living in Plymouth. She was running the best village in Plymouth. She said to me, Gilly, I run the best village now. Yes, so you know I'm name.
Right.
And I fall in with the best village, and that's how it is.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. I taught at Plymouth for 17 years, from 1971 to 1988. Then I went to Bonaccord from 88 to 99. During that time, I used to work as a part-time cultural officer during the holidays.
Right.
Good? Because once Annette wanted something done that was difficult to achieve, she'd ask me. I said, no problem.
Especially in the area of Best Village.
Best Village, anything at all. You
right.
About that. Regarding the culture, I would have been there to assist.
So then, how did you make the soca switch now? The cultural officer.
Right. So the city closest to Annette was the cultural officer at that time. And remember I said I was a part-time cultural officer assisting her because there was a short, you know, it was short time.
Back then, yes.
And, you know, one thing led to the other, we chat, we say, okay, I can come across and assist you full time.
Okay, great.
And we made it necessary into another arrangement. That time was education and culture.
Yes.
So it wasn't difficult.
Correct.
You know,
okay, wonderful. So you are a musician, you are a songwriter, you also, but your instrument of choice is the harmonica. Right. Tell me about your musical career. How were you discovered, or how did you discover that you had this beautiful musical art form?
Well, as a matter of fact, about 4 years old, I would think it was, my father taking me to Trinidad. Now, while walking down Charlotte Street, I saw them selling outdoor organs on the side. I said, Dad, I want one of those. He said, well, if you could play, I'd buy it for you. I take up the people and them, and I started playing.
At 4 years old?
Yeah, 4 years and the Great Pretender. A crowd gathered around, and the rest was history. Somebody bought the harmonica. My father didn't have to buy it.
Wow, so you are natural.
Right, and you know, when you're researching later on in life, I realized that 4 years and the Great Pretender was a hit song in 1954. So then, I mean, people guess my age now. I've been about 4 years old at that point in time.
Okay, so you see, you got an excellent ear and you were a natural. Yeah. Now, you're currently a member of the group, along with Mr. Mike Duncan, the Pleasure Pirates.
Pleasure Pirates and Ian Baines, you know. Yeah, you know, and the Pleasure Pirates are a wonderful group. That group started going from about 1992 thereabout. Yeah. And we have been having some good times together. Because, you know, going to making the transfer from Plymouth to Bonaccord. Because I mean, I knew Mike from before, from Bishop High School, from Mount Sicker when I was a second year, he was a first year, he was moving opposite me in the hostel. So me and Mike, we were close, you know, and going and teaming up and getting closer yet. That was Bonaccord. And we cannot leave out Dr. Easton Mackenzie.
Please do not.
Because she came to us one day and she said, "Really, Mike, listen, there was a man down in Bonaccord, he have a business place. I think they call it Business or some sort of thing. So, and he want a group of performers. All you have the talent, you could do something." And that's how we started the group going. And I thought, you know, I said, we want a name that could ring. Mike will play Pleasure Pirates.
Right. Wonderful.
I said, yeah, because it's a kind of oxymoron.
Correct.
The Pleasure Pirates, right, good. We're gonna go there, I read the culture, give them pleasure, have fun with it. And that's how Pirate began. And we had other people who were close to Mike because he was one of the founding members of the Signal Hill Alumni. He was the co-founder
Yes,
of the
we
Signal
interviewed
Hill
him
Alumni Choir.
here already, yes.
So you had
recently.
people like Lyndon Joefield, who was close to Ian, who is a protege of Mike, close to. You had Sherwin Moraldo, and those early people were part of the Pleasure Pirate. Also, Winston Gordon, bank manager, retired bank manager, he played the stand-up.
We're hearing history today.
You understand?
To our online viewership, you're hearing history today.
So that's how the Pleasure Pirates started, and we went from strength to strength. I remember there was a song I did when the Chernobyl reactor blew up, good, called Nuclear Love Affair. And that was a part of the Pleasure Pirates offering because I did the composition and Sherwin Moraldo was there and we sang a duet together.
Can you give us a little snippet of that right now?
There's a nuclear fire blazing in my soul. And she said, raging since you came into my world. And I said, my reactor went haywire from that day. And we both of it. And now this nuclear fire is here to stay. And we went all that all, you know.
Wow.
Good?
You all would have also performed at hotels?
Yeah.
And would you all do any tours?
We did a couple tours, Barbados, because Sing Out Barbados was one of the places, you know, and that was a group from Barbados.
Just give me a little moment here. Satya Brooms, good evening to you. We have Miss Blossom, good evening to you. Thank you for coming on and commenting. We are here on GLS 103 Tobago Live, and we are here at the Tobago Local Talent Blast, and it's our segment, the Precious Memory segment, and we're here with none other than Mr. Gilbert O'Connor, aka Happy. Florence, hello to you again. The man behind the mask, Mr. Happy Gilbert O'Connor. Go ahead, Mr. O'Connor.
Yeah, you know, so we did a couple tours, but mostly was, you know, around the hotel, because one of the places we started up at Palm Tree Hotel, that's in Lambeau, right opposite where those guys sell the fish up on by the corner.
It's not there anymore.
It's not there, it's all gone through. Palm Tree Hotel.
Wow.
Good. And you know, Winston was there, Ian was there. Then when we finished show, somebody would hold Winston bass. So a big tall bass.
Right.
And we walk in and we playing after the walks thing. It was very fantastic.
Wow.
And then to Beach, they loved us. We did, you know.
Oh, this COVID has stopped so much
Armors
excitement.
You know, and we had a wonderful time. And the interesting thing about this is that the audience we played for,
right,
good, you know, they were quite appreciative. And we were able now to delve into the olden goldies. Good. And so we did what we call sunshine music. Some of those that Belafonte would have made popular.
Right, yes.
The old ones from Kitchener's
Right.
way back. And sometimes when the English folks and them ask for a song, if you ain't know it, it's how many and you improvise.
Right.
We have a song we do called Under the Mango.
Oh yes, that song is so popular.
An Englishman was he asked, do you know Under the Mango Tree? Say, come with me. Dun, da, 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 da. And then I realized that Ursula Andress was humming that song when she was picking up shells on the beach in James Bond, Dr. No. And singing Under the Mango Tree. Then say, okay, wait. Say, Mike, give me a key. Get a key. And we saw the extent go. I know where it's going. So I go start from my head and go down to my toe.
That's right.
Under the mango tree, my baby and me. Under the mango tree. You would have swear was Sean Connery. Under the mango tree, my baby and me. Under the mango tree, this vagabond happy. Under the mango tree, my baby she kissed me on my forehead. Under the mango tree, and whisper to me, darling, come to bed.
What?
Under the mango tree, then she kissed me over me eye.
Mr. Connecticut, you better stop right there. We keeping it clean.
Yeah.
In our precious memories segment.
And that was.
But we have Mr. Phillips. Hear me out here. How many songs do we have from Mr. Happy?
Well, Mr. Happy sent me 2 songs.
Right.
And we have them loaded there. But I wanted to ask him a little question.
Go right ahead.
There are some people that would have been in the Tobago cultural space. And those persons would have provided the musical accompaniment for many a Tobago artists and at various functions. I could remember Jerry Stewart, because I used to play with Jerry Stewart.
Good.
I could remember Liquor 7, I used to hang around Liquor 7.
Right.
I could remember Song Supremes, I used to hang around the Song Supremes. I could remember Time Machines with Wako, I used to hang around them also.
Right.
I could remember Reliance, that was the first band I played with.
Right. Nice.
I could remember Nomad's Brass. I wouldn't call his name, me and a partner of mine break into the band room even and start to practice. And when
they were
at Lowlands.
Lowlands.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
We broke into the people's band room.
Mr. Phillips.
And we started to play and practice, and the big man came across the final. Well, who playing? And that's how we end up playing with the band for about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks, eh?
Thank God I didn't call police for you. Go ahead, sir.
And then, of course, we know that you would have been around in this arena, going through the years, going through the paces. What can you tell us about some of these persons?
Well,
I don't know anything about Deltones. I only heard about Deltones.
Right, I'll tell you about Deltones first because Kenny Glass, who used to like to play either a cowboy or Apache when you see Carnival come, he was, I think, a bass player or guitarist. And Kenny was close to me from small, you know, because we all grew up in Glenwood. He was a bigger boy, right there with my uncle and there. So Deltones, that was one of the combos. And, the combos or the musical aggregations were community organized because Song Supremes would have been further around Glen Road with Holbin Beard and Jonesy on the Tumba and Bob and these guys. And that was in the back of Glen Road, going back just a little before school, about 400, well, actually before you make the turn off to go up to the community center, Glen Road Community Center.
Okay.
Around that area is where Holbin was based.
Okay.
And then you come back round at Logwood Park where Kenny lived. I don't know exactly where the band room for Deltones was, but Kenny lived at the entrance to Logwood Park. And then further in Logwood Park, they were called Dog Patch with Joe Caesar, Tempo Caesar. In Dog Patch is where Time Machines had their band room.
So wait now, Glen Road produced some top culture. It was a cultural hub.
Yes.
And I'll tell you a little more about Time Machines too, because Wako was the drummer, and you had fellas like Jerry Dumas
Keynes Dumas, and his brother Johnny, good, they were on the strings. Jimmy Bell was also on the guitar, and Jimmy didn't live too far. He lived just down Rockney Way. They just step 50 meters, run up in Dog Patch. So it was that kind of closeness. Good. Curvin Reed, he used to sing with Time Machine.
I remember Curvin Reed.
Right. So, you know, that was the kind of organization. And we called some names, but we didn't call Blue Chips and Axma Convex with you.
Well, I don't know nothing. Well, you
Blue
see, I mean,
Chips
that's why we have
coming
you. That's why we have you
So
here,
true.
Mr. O'Connor.
Right? With Roll, Axback Titus, and Small. I had a fella Mohammed. I don't know if he used to play bass or what. But they were forced to reckon with coming out of Mount St. George. Because my uncle, Lennox Joe Field, he used to knock a little tumba, but he was a joiner. So he used to, you know, when they want things to pack neatly and everything, he was the man. So Blue Chips, you know, was a force to reckon with. Mount St. George. But before all of that, before all these bands, big band, Tuxedo.
That's before your time, is it, Phillips?
I probably was in
Tuxedo.
I was in Brio.
Wow, precious memories, boy.
I was like a tadpole.
Harold Harewood, Victor Wheeler, I think Mr. Edwards, Horace Edwards used to be part of that too. You know, that was, I mean, I would be a little fella. You know, them days. But I knew about Tuxedo because they used to practice in Crooks River, right around where Mr. Pat's has his place there. We're next to the singer. It's right down still, but right around that area.
Wow.
And another thing about the music in the Bay Group, I know Len would have talked about Reliance. And then you had Still Thomas and Little Seven and these fellas coming out of the Mason
Well,
area.
I know about Reliance because I played with Reliance. And that was a remarkable gentleman. Reliance had about 4 keyboardists, about 4 bassmen, about 4 drummers. But he had a fella called Picker. That is Jeff Thomas, Prince Unique old man. And when he hold a guitar to pick a tune, you couldn't beat him at all. That's why they call him Picker. Right? I played with that band, the first band I played with, and we had a lot of fun. I had a lot of experiences. I was not as well, some people say I improved, but I was at a baby stage at that time. But I still had my little flashes, so I guess that's what take me out. Right? And then I was a young, this I was 14. So maybe that kind of take me out, you know, you see a little 14-year-old choking on a keyboard and stuff like that. But I had a lot of very good experiences with Reliance. They used to call Reliance a rum band. Right? Because then those guys used to drink a lot of rum.
Wow.
A lot of alcohol. And of course, being around that kind of environment, of course, you know, you have to start somewhere. So I had my days of some of that. And then Jerry Stewart. Well, Jerry Stewart would have been, I guess, almost every artist in Tobago. Every musician, almost, except for those who are now coming out, would have been school passed through Mr. Jerry Stewart. Came from Moruga, settled in Tobago, became a Tobagonian, and he was the main pioneer for driving a lot of the local artists and bringing them out. I, for one, I consider him to be my musical father.
Yes, you said so.
Right? Because some opportunities that I got with Jerry, I didn't get it anywhere else. Sometimes I play a chord on the keyboard, I don't know what the chord is, I go down and say, Jerry, what chord is this? And I learn a lot from Mr. Jerry Stewart. May his soul rest.
I would have met Jerry in 1979 when I went to live up at San Cecil, 78, 79, you know. And then Alvin Pear was right around there.
Yes.
So we were all closer to Jerry, you know. So when I started in the tent in 1979, I started up at Talk of the Tongue. Richie was running a tent up there by Reed. Reed had a place up in Montpelier. Good. Jerry was it Jerry or
Jerry.
But Jerry,
I was there with him.
You understand?
Yeah.
And Rock Stafford.
Yes, that's right.
Don't forget Rock Stafford.
Yeah.
A fantastic
Yeah.
musician. You know? Good.
You know, it's nice to know that we could remember people, even though they are not with us anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But at least we could remember them. You know who was the captain of Nomad's band who was in charge of that?
I don't know, but
Mr. Birchwood.
Who?
Birchwood.
Birchwood.
Yes.
Right, but there's another name that keep coming up in my mind here. Raoul Bocage. I don't know if they were lunatics or what. They had a little band operating, and I will tell you about.
Only if it's Relics you're talking about.
Relics.
And Tony and Nasalam was also a part of that. He was a
on
great
Castries-
bass.
Castries Street
That's
there,
right. That's right.
Good.
Mhm.
That was by Bocage bass.
Mhm.
And don't forget Telstars.
Well, I don't know about Hellstars.
No.
Tell me about Hellstars.
Telstars. Because Telstars would have had fellas.
You Telstars, you said?
Telstars.
Yes, with Billy Benjamin and
Benjamin,
go ahead, you will know more about them than
Ivan
me.
Best.
I was a little
Because
fella.
Mike Duncan would have been a part of Telstars.
Mhm.
Bodle Parks, right? They would have changed their membership over a period of time.
Mhm.
But Telstars was one of, I think Dos Santos Carrington might have been part of that too. Good? But Telstars would have been one of the foremost kind of pop bands with the fancy things like how the Supremes and them used to be.
Yes,
doing
they're
it
moving with
and that
steps
kind
and
of
stuff,
thing.
that, you know what I mean?
Right.
But there are some Calypsonians that would have died. And we happen to have the music. As a matter of fact, we have 3 of them for this evening.
Mr.
What?
Phillips, let me just cut you off slightly.
Yes.
You would have said that Jerry Stewart was your mentor.
Mhm.
And in week 6, we would have highlighted and featured Mr. Andy Manish Stewart.
Yes.
And his son,
Yes.
Jeremy Stewart, would have come
Yes.
and would have given so much precious memories.
Yes.
So to our online listeners, we're here on our Precious Memory segment. Karen Williams, good day to you. Andy Wilson, he's saying yes, great memories. We have none other than Mr. Gilbert O'Connor, cultural icon, singer and songwriter, the man behind the mask, speaking to us about these wonderful memories here along with my co-host, Mr. Len Phillips. Go ahead.
And we have had Calypso Prince. What connection? Okay, we have Calypso Prince, we have Jude Hurdle, and we have Django. What kind of a connection would you have had? What kind of relationship would you have had with these 3 gentlemen? We had Manish already.
Yes.
He had just come.
Yes.
He had just come from Trinidad just before his father died, and so he's not part of the historical line as such. But these persons are very, very, very historical in Tobago. What can you tell us about Calypso Prince, Jude Hurdle, Django?
Well, let me talk about Django first, because Django is my boy from Kodlahore, Kelvin George, right? You know, villagers together. We worked Best Village for years together, because when we brought out Castara into the Best Village field in the late 70s, I think it was around 78, 79, Django was there. Django was in Plymouth with Annette.
Wow.
You know, and he was a fountain of knowledge with folk songs and folk traditions.
I met him, yes.
Good. So many nights, me and Django with Castara, we finish practice, we know how we coming up. Sometimes we sleep by Edie. It's the same Edie used to run the bakery, we died up, bless her soul. Good. Sometimes we get something to come out, right? But Django was fantastic. You know, many times I would do a little composition and say, Django, listen this, you know. Django even became a part of the Pleasure Pirates later on.
Yes, that is true.
You know,
He played guitar.
he played guitar.
Yes.
He played guitar. But Django was that kind of fantastic folk, you know.
Django have a song called Wayfly. You could tell us anything about that song?
Wayfly?
Yeah.
No.
Well, let Django tell us about Wayfly, because we have Django lined up, right? NT, hit me, boy. The sound of the man Kelvin George, Django. The name of the song, Wayfly. This is Tobago Local Talent Blast. I don't know what. The sound of the man Django, way fly.
You're complaining that I live in quite Osea, saying that my house there behind Gold Back. You're calling me building a broken down shack. Modern fixtures and fittings, you say it lack. You want to sit down on toilet bowl, toilet bowl, toilet bowl. Too many worms in the latrine hole, the latrine hole, the latrine hole. You want to use soft two-ply tissue, newspaper too rough to wipe you to do. Is newspaper in latrine? Taught me how to read. Now your nose, you're skimming up your ball in kid. You see your damn face at your place, you don't know. Where fly used to do before jackass get so. Where fly used to do, where fly used to do, where fly used to do before jackass get so. Before jackass get so, before jackass get so. Where fly used to do before jackass get so. Oh oh, so you don't know. Where fly used to do before jackass get so. Oh oh, ask Pedro. Where fly used to do before jackass get sold.
You want to explain where fly used to do? What fly used to do?
Before he explains, Raquel Norrie, good afternoon to you too. Candice Robinson is saying nice to see you. Miss O'Connor, go right ahead.
Alright, we'll come out to that just now. Let me hear it out.
You never know your daddy since the day that you're born. Your mama bring your gimme, America she gone. Now you're busting, oh, you're playing woman, playing woman, playing woman. Shame to walk all the door with a posy in hand, posy in hand, posy in hand. Now your hand done precious, you're a queen you want made. You can't scrub black pot, you can't clean lampshade. To cook you want goggles, smoke one in your eye, 3 stone fire is trouble. Yeah, stove I must buy you one kitchen indoor. Pity go, you no know. Where fly used to do before jackass get sold. Where fly used to do, where fly used to do, where fly used to do before jackass get sold. Before jackass get sold, before jackass get sold. Where fly used to do before jackass get sold. Oh oh, so you no know. Where fly used to do before jackass get sold. Oh oh.
And of course, we know that you could like to hear the whole song, eh? The whole song.
I would like to, because I'm searching through the archives if I have any copies of the thing with them.
Well, you gotta come by JList again.
Now, you see just how Crusoe said, who feeling who
hold the
iron, feeling the heat.
Yeah.
Old people, what fly used to do before jackass gets so. So all the sophistry, things that you have. No.
It wasn't always like that.
It wasn't always.
It came from somewhere, yes.
You know? So they would have made, these says looking at animals. When the donkey, which was their mode of transportation, the donkey always getting bruised. I saw on the knee or somewhere about. And flies always
buzzing.
Right? And people watch it and they say, but wait, before jackass gets so what fly used to do? Huh? If the jackass there gets so,
where would you be?
Where would you be?
Yes.
Good. So you come now, you want all these fancy amenities. You know what it was like before. Huh?
And how people work hard to get us to where we are. The elders would have worked hard to get us to where we are now, that we enjoy these amenities.
You know, one of the things I would like to have on this program is a segment where we go through the dark sayings, the proverbs, the dark sayings. Because I was saying to someone just 2 days ago, when our old people and our parents would have given us a parable, it was for us to think.
Correct.
So when your mother, you're doing something wrong, and your mother is going to look at you and watch you a certain eye, you don't get the message already.
Long time.
You understand? And sometimes she come, you might be going down the road and a old man might see you doing something, say, boy, when I meet you, not pass you.
When I meet you, pass you.
You wouldn't, and you know, if you're smart and you're wise, you're going to start to think about it. So a lot of those proverbs and parables made us think, some of us. Today, you're not hearing that. You understand? I used to get that. I used to love to bathe in the night, and my father always had a problem with that, and that was his favorite thing. Green lime does drop off and leave the ripe lime on the tree. You know that?
No.
Green limes does drop off from the tree and the ripe ones still on the tree. The ripe ones supposed to drop off first, not so. You know what happening? Is the young people and them, when they tell us that, when they told us that, we didn't think enough to see what was happening with our youths dying, killing one another. That green limes dropping out. You understand? Right? But there's another gentleman called Jude Hurdle.
Jude Hurdle. I remember about Jude Hurdle. Jude Hurdle, there's a fella in town called Baba Joe.
That was his father.
Right.
Yes.
Good. And then he had another brother, but Jude used to sing calypso.
Yeah, he was a calypso.
And I remember a fantastic composer.
That's right.
Because there was a song he called, I always remember Self-Mass.
There's a pity we ain't had that one here. Yeah. But you know, people used to think that he was mad, that he was off, that he had a mental challenge.
He was a that sort of loner.
Yeah.
He lived in that artist.
That's right. Yeah. And he's a very great artist as well. Right?
And when you listen to his composition, good, fantastic composition.
Yeah.
He sang at the Masters Kaiso tent. He sang at the Masters Kaiso tent.
He would have died a couple of years now.
He died a couple of years.
Yeah, but you know something about Jude Hurdle? I was the first person to put Jude Hurdle on a stage in Scarborough.
Wow.
Right, at James Park,
Right.
we had a show, we had a group called Living Roots, and we had a show there. And Jude used to leave, I don't know where he was living at the time. I know I used to see him up just before you go around that corner by a big hole, going up to country.
Yeah, he was living somewhere
right?
around that
And
area.
he used to travel from where he used to travel to come up to Mount Thomas to practice with our little band there. But we have a song here for Jude, you know. He's asking a question, and I think it's a very relevant question. Tobago, what you want? Here's the song of the man Jude Hurdle, the late, with Tobago, what you want.
Is it constitutional reform or internal self-government? Whichever it is, you have to link with the parliament. You don't want an approach of confusion, you don't want an approach of strife. Because the day you take up the struggle, it is for the rest of your life. There isn't any use in sitting down, relax and Tobago full of frustration. PNM or TOP want to be Gonian because you want to make your own laws and collect your own tax. So it's time to move as one people, cause it's time to present the facts. Tobagonians, what you want? Tobagonians, what you want? Tobagonians, what you want? You have to make in front. Tobagonians, what you want? Tobagonians, what you want? Tobagonians, what you want? You have to make up your minds in front. Oh yo 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 yo, oh yo yo. Oh yo 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 yo, oh yo yo. What is the use in fussing and fighting and turning big enemy? If you really serious about Tobago's liberty, now is the time to stand up as one and declare your solidarity. Since you have the same vision to make Tobagonians happy. Some people talk about secession, some people say they want full autonomy. There is a sense of purpose constitutionally. Because if you want your own government, and you should have your own parliament, the issue is you need the opportunity to command your popularity. Tobagonians, what you want? Tobagonians, what you want? Tobagonians, what you want? You have to make up your minds in front. Tobagonians, what you want? Tobagonians, what you want? Tobagonians, what you want? You have to make up your minds in front. Oh, yo, yo, yo.
Such a relevant question for today. For this time here in Tobago, the man Jude Hurtling late asking a serious question. Tobagonian, what you want? Can somebody answer that question for me online and tell me what we really want in Tobago?
And when you take a refined look into the culture, there are things that you will espy. And we boy is a statement with which you can identify. And that goes to show the loving embrace you had for one another. Where there is a will, there is a way. Why go into the future? And everybody must teach somebody like Robinson and J.D. Elder, whose legacy is a struggle to keep Tobagonians together. Because if Tobago is your concern, and for Tobago your bowels will yearn, and if Tobago will be your home, then Tobago is your honeycomb. Tobagonians, what you want? Tobagonians, what you want? Tobagonians, what you want? You have to make up your minds in front. Tobagonians, what you want? Tobagonians, what you want? Tobagonians, what you want? You have to make up your minds in front.
Tobago, what you want? Pick up to Candace in New York. Thank you for viewing. We are in our Precious Memory segment, and we're here with the great Mr. Gilbert O'Connor, aka Happy. We just hit a little bit of Calypso Prince, Are We Own? But before we do that, let us not forget, coming up next at 7 p.m., we have our segment
The
with
Boss.
DJ Scorpion,
Yes,
the
with-
boss himself.
Right. And listen, you cannot have any in-house party that is more than 5. So if you have a big family, because we know that when Sunday school going on, people has had a little thing home. So here what happening. If you have a big family with 15, put 5 in a room by so, 5 in the next room by so, and 5 in the next room down so. Right? Only be careful because we know that it's the original Sunday school music, you know, you're getting all of that. Just like if you're in the place itself. So have fun. Dance with a chair. Dance with a broom. Dance with your wife, your sister, your uncle, your brother, your daughter, your son. Just have a good time when Sunday school start in a little while. Yeah, man. And the man you ain't going to be stinging nobody. But we get back to the program at this point in time. And right about this time, we're going to take a little piece of Calypso Prince. And it says, he says, Are We Own? By Calypso Prince.
Just process shall be constituted according to the Tobago Assembly Act of 1980. Amen. It was the 10th of May. It was a Thursday. I see the whole of Scarborough locked down. From up by Coast Cutters across to Mirage, right down to Coast Guard headquarters. I see police with guns, I see immigration, customs and firemen. And as a madman in town who always gaping around, I decided I will macro them. But when I pass near a bus, me hear voices a cuss in foreign accent, if you please. When I peep inside, all I could see was a ton load of Guyanese. They say, Prince, how come all you're treating me so? It's 16 Are we own this? Are we own? We reserve the right to preserve it, cause are we own? Tobago is for Tobagonians. Are we own? From generations unto generation. Are we own this? Are we own? We reserve the right to protect it. Are we own? All trespassers shall be persecuted, according to the Tobago House of Assembly Act of 1980. Amen. A partnership sailing with its hopes and dreams on a yellow flag at the top. But when I'm a going, I just know everything. So I decide to see what they bring up. So I climb over by the harbor. I see a big stack of green paper. People, my head start to spin. I start wondering, is this the Tobagonian stream? Cause people working every day in the THA submitted 2 bills, that's a fact. Now I want to know if it's disrespect or they just simply forget that. Cause in this they have no choice, they're just bold and absurd. The Tobagonian voice shall always be heard. They're out of place and they're fast, so we go use the green paper to wipe we grass. This are we own? Are we own?
Yes, are we own?
Good afternoon, Raquel Nori. I'm here on GLS 103.5 Online Radio with our Precious Memory segment. We're here with none other than Mr. Gilbert O'Connor and Mr. Len Phillips.
And at this point in time, Mr. Gilbert O'Connor, we had Jude Hurdle, we had Django and Calypso Prince. What can you tell us a little about Calypso Prince before we're going to get high with you? And people, don't worry yourself. We're getting high with Happy just now, and they're going to understand why when the time comes, right? For those of you who are looking at the screen, that's the handsome display of DJ NT that you see in there right now. We have class people in GLS, real class. You understand? So here we are then. Tell us something about Prince.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about?
Prince was from Betsy's Hope. Fantastic composer. Good. He had a brother who was also a composer. Well, 2 brothers. Hollis Wright, who was part of the Royal Bank, Association, and Hollis used to sing some fantastic calypso. And Just Come, a calypsonian named Just Come, John Walcott.
We forgot him, eh?
Yeah. That was, I think, Prince's half brother or something. So he came from that kind of talented family. And we shared some good moments together, and we shared some, ups and downs. But I remember him saying to me a couple of years ago, Happy, it had certain things I didn't like about you. I used to be in costume and them kind of things. But after you leave the scene, the guy left the calypso scene in Tobago competitively in 1994. I didn't go back to defend it from in 95. He said, after you leave, I start to try some of the same things that I see you was doing. And I realized it was working for me. He said, Happy. Then I tell myself, this man really knew what he was doing. Because my thing was all about dramatic calypso.
Yes.
And that was a piece of respect that brought us closer together. But he was a great composer.
So, at one point in time in Tobago, it was said that if you want to win the Calypso competition, you either get a song written by Sherwin Cunningham, Gilbert O'Connor, or Len Phillips.
That's right.
Right? And I know I checked him already and cut it in already, but the inter-department. But that's the way of that, right? But you are a person that have had songs, right? One of the things where we know the very famous "Oh Come, let we go to Tobago" that you hear on 95 radio and some other places. When the time comes, we know that Mr. Gilbert O'Connor would have been the one.
But a remake of
Kitchener song. A remake a Kitchener.
But we give it a Tobago.
That's right. Right, and he talk about going down to Sunday school. And when you go down, they do feel like going down there with hymn book and Bible. Yeah, that's that. You got to walk with a dancing shoes.
That's right.
So that is one of the songs that I always like to hear when I listen to a certain radio station and they are introducing a program.
On a Thursday.
Right. But at the same point in time, we want to hear something from you. What do you have for us this evening?
Well,
and tell us about the song.
I know I would have the Rats and I would have the Sandal. Not
But
the
wait-
Rat is the Sandal.
So we go take the
But
Rat.
Yeah, the Rats was from 1992.
Right, because remember, for those persons who are sending music into GLS, that is not only on a Sunday evening that you are going to get the songs played. Them guys down here, they play the music at any point in time, all the time. Don't play. Somebody asking from Trinidad if we play Tobago music alone. No, but on this program, it is only the Tobago artists that are going to be
Correct.
featured.
We're featuring local
So
Tobago
this was coming out
artists.
of a court case in 1992 when the police couldn't present the evidence, which was some cocaine, and they claimed that the Rats.
I remember that.
Oh, I
yes.
see. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
By
you understand?
Calypso's our stories are told. Right?
So that one time, because I'm a storyteller, we all are storytellers, right?
Yes.
You know, I think that was a wonderful story I could tell in that whole time, you know.
So can we get a little bit of high rats?
Simplify
This-
High Rats.
The sound of Gilbert O'Connor and the song High Rats.
Easy.
Rats in the nation, rats in the station, rats in Port of Spain, eating up cocaine. They caught house in shock, laughter in the dark. What is this at all? An office of war. We need pussy, gas on duty, rats all in the charge room. Send some pussy, gas to help we save the country from doom. We need pussy, plenty pussy, rats in the place like mad. Too many rats, we need pussy, get from the barracks to Scotland Yard. Don't send no trap, we need pussy, get them rat they hide too bad. These high mice, see how they run, see how they run. They run inside the police. Next thing 101 rocks gone. I never see such a thing since some ballers. These high mice. These high mice. Big rat and small rat. Something and some fat. Some black and some gray. Blue and white, some say. Did they come from hell? My friends are cartel. Ask Mr. Rodwell, is he first who yell? We need pussy, cats on duty, rats of all different types. Send some pussy, cats to help me, rats with stars and stripes. We need pussy, plenty pussy, rats in the place like rain. Too many rats, we need pussy, cat, them rat hides in cocaine. Don't send no trap, we need pussy, cat, them rat have too much brain. These high mice, see how they run, see how they run. They run inside the police station. Next thing 101 rocks gone. I never see such a thing since the ballers. These high mice, these high mice.
Talk about high rats.
High rats, the 92 case with the police, you know. And there was a guy called Felix Edinburgh, Philip Edinburgh, who was associated with the Lufthansa and had some connections with Dewey. Well, and used to take a touring team up to Germany to work out with Francis, what was Francis' name? But Francis had a Caribbean connection band in Germany. So we ended up with myself and Prince Unique went out on that trip to Germany, 92.
Wow.
And it was because of this song that Philip had, produced for me, with Fitzmello Thomas from Gandhi. Fitzmello, who used to do arrangements for Shadow, a lot of that. He loved working with Tobago, the Tobagonians and the Tobago music, so he understood it. Good?
So can we get a piece of the next song? I mean, as I said before, these songs are going to be played on the radio station at the leisure of the DJs. And we have some fantastic DJs here. DJ Moose Supreme, DJ NT. Well, those are our two DJs here. Of course, the boss himself, DJ Scorpion. And we have some other DJs that are going to they are going to introduce themselves when they get here, right? I do have the DJ list with me. I forgot it home.
So an excellent song.
So let me take a little piece more of sandals. Where is that? You have some shoes selling or something?
2019, Zuzon Gang Studios in Trinidad, Steve Neves, the arranger of this one coming up, sandals. Because when I heard the news that we won't get any sandals again,
you mean that sandals?
It was a kind of sadness coming over me. So I started to do a lamentation over no man's land, that sort of thing. So if we listen, sandals, some people loved it. Some people, the sandal matched them a little kind of hard. But to me, it was another one of the fun things that I would have been doing in Calypso. Some people say, well, happy to in Calypso. I say, but listen, my composition,
that's
the offering, the storytelling.
You have to listen carefully.
Or you like to label things. You like Calypso, soca, whatever it is.
Well, Happy, I want to say to you that this evening you really gave me some things to think about. And you set me up to do some more research. Because one of the things that I would like to have in my head, in my knowledge, with my knowledge page, is a little history of all these persons that would have passed. I love history, I love to do research, and I love to remember good things about people. So, as much as we can get the history, we know that you have to come back because we have Pleasure Pirates booked.
Yes, we do.
I don't know how we fit in earlier here, but we have to talk to Pleasure Pirates. We don't want to hear much about it. If you notice, we didn't ask much about Pleasure Pirates.
Right.
Because, I mean,
They
we
have
want
their
to hear
own
about
segment.
Pleasure Pirates. And I want to hear Mr. Ian Baines give you the parrot business.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Indeed.
Because if you don't know, you think it's a real parrot
A
and
real
all
parrot.
this kind of stuff. So, Mr. Gilbert O'Connor, we want to go out with one of your songs. Right? Another one, which is called Sandals. But when we do that, we want to thank you so very much for being here. Because after that Sandals song is played, we are out of here. And we're going straight into Sunday school because people waiting. There are people who waiting and thing with the drinks and thing home and so on and thing. Regardless of the 5, might be just about 2 in some cases because husband and wife now, right? Because we can't have more than 5. So yeah, people might be waiting home for DJ Scorpion and the crew for Sunday school. Because if it wasn't for certain things, they would have people lining the streets outside the radio station as usual. But we can't have more than 5. Not so empty. Yeah.
Remember you being worldwide, right?
Of course.
Worldwide.
This is a worldwide business, I'm Jerry in England, Wilson in London. Will I have anybody else anywhere?
Mr. Wills, our #1 fan, who is always here listening to us. All the best for you.
Right, Mr. O'Connor?
Cannon passed over, Cannon, Paul Sanjak, was a famous Spanish from Scarborough, with Katie Brown, the younger brother.
Oh.
You understand?
So he passed. Well, I only hope.
You might know Chris, who used to play bass.
Yes.
Good.
Yes,
right.
I know Chris.
Right, the family.
We're talking to Tobagonians too. There is as I use the word diasporic scattering. of Tobagonians all over the world. And most of them are very happy to hear something coming from their island. Because you know, almost everybody is online now. And this is how we are able to reach so many people all over the world. And we have proof of that because they keep sending in their comments and stuff like that. So I want to take this opportunity to congratulate Mr. Godfrey Murray on this great vision for GLS Radio and all the persons that are affiliated to this radio station. I want to thank Sister G for taking the time out and for making this effort to have this program, and we are growing day by day, week by week. We are growing. We want to thank you for coming, and of course we look forward to hearing from you. And I don't think we see when we reach them age they're happy. Sometimes all along the years things they happen, and when we reach things start to happen. So we're still looking forward for you doing some recordings. We have recording studios in Tobago that are quite capable of doing that. For the affiliations to GLS, we have Wilson's Music Center leading the way because we started the whole process. We have Curtis Collins with our recording studio in Bethel. We have Andre Davis with the House Recording Studio. We also have Mr. Michael Skeet with Stone Tower Studios for the time being. Stephanie Joseph's brother, he also does some recording. So we have recording studios in Tobago that you could go to, quite competent, and get your music produced. In terms of arrangers, well, you have a few arrangers to choose from. If you didn't find any, you could check me out. All right? I'm always available.
Mr. Phillips, I'm sorry to report today that we have no local blast countdown winner. We had some votes late in the game, but no straight winner. So next week, we want you all to come on board and start to vote very early. I see Yarel Phillips is saying, Olen, oh Papa.
Yes, my boy. I hear. But remember also too that we in the studios here at GLS are also voting. So we're going to have that big splashdown countdown. And we're looking forward. We are hoping that things will be okay, Sister G.
Yes.
So that we'll have a live Tobago local talent blast where artists are going to be performing live and you're going to be seeing them all over the world here at GLS. But right about now, we listen to a little piece of Sandals. And then, if our lives are spared, we will see you next week Sunday at 5 p.m. for the Tobago Local Talent Blast 9.
So, G said, be safe.
And this is Len Phillips, Dr. Mix, saying be safe as well. Any parting words, Mr. O'Connor?
It's a pleasure being associated with the whole effort down here, you know. And you know, as you look to the future, you look back to the past, where it was, and you look at where we're going, and this is where we're going. Virtual, digital, meeting the world out there. And we could only get better.
That's right.
You get some new fans, Mr. O'Connor.
Thank you.
Get some new fans, and some old fans might find you now.
This is good, that is good.
Thank you very much, people. We are out of here with Sandal.
Oh, when me sandal. Oh, when me sandal. Oh, where you gone? Oh, when me sandal. Oh, when me sandal. No man's land. Barefooted, I'm in no man's land. Building a castle in the sand to stamp my brand in no man's land. But when me sandals gone. When me sandals are ready to put it on. When me sandals, oh goodness grief. Who take me sandal, bring back me sandal. Your old sandals thief. Calling the police chief. Come Mr. Gary, earn your salary. Help me to hold the thief. Raise your foot, let me see. That sandal belong to me. Raise it up high to the sky. Raise your foot, let me see. Higher. Raise it up. Higher.
higher, 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 higher. To the top, to the top. I wear my sandals, but wear my sandals. Where you gone, where you gone, where you gone? I wear my sandals, but wear my sandals. No man's land, Crusoe took pride in no man's land. A paradise since time began. No sand in the rice in no man's land. But wear my sandals, wear my sandals. When me sandal gone, when me sandal, I am Mason Hall born. When me sandal, swear by Bukuri.
I shove up the motor. I shove up the motor. Boy, what's the matter? Boy, what's the matter? Just give me some water. Just give me some water. When I pass the savannah, when I pass the savannah, just give me cassava. Just give me cassava. Me body on fire. Me body on fire. Boy, what's the matter? Boy, what's the matter? When I pass the savannah, when I pass the savannah, she bought for Wabandi. She bought for Wabandi.
Well, yes, oh, yeah. It's party time. Anybody from Barbados? Anybody from Guyana? Anybody from St. Lucia? Anybody from Grenada? Grenada, St. Lucia, Guyana, Barbados. You want? Take a jump, 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 take a jump now. Take a jump, 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 take a jump now.
I can't get peace and tongue from angry musicians who say they play between the eye and eye.
All the ladies, them. Come on, you good for them. I like that. Treating now we know about driving car. Talking about no series, the Benz and the Mercedes. Everybody jump like a mad, jump like a mad. If you please, and show me your car keys. Come show me your car keys. Everybody, let the engine run, let the engine run, let the engine run, let the engine run. Take your carburetor, and just you shoot your car, and your alternator. Yo, say what's the matter? Your car is not working, your muffler is smoking, the car is not driving. Yo, hey, say something, girl. Let the engine run, let the engine run, let the engine run, let the engine run. Oh, my body is acting like a new life.
Me animal myself, slam.
GLS Radio Online, 103.5 Katy Street, Buku, Tobago. Sundays, 5 to 7 p.m. Tobago Local Talent Blast. New local artists, features, interviews, local music, discovering entrepreneurs, local cultural icons with Sister G and Kisia, DJs, NT, and Most Supreme, Godfrey Marie. Each and every Sunday, GLS Online Radio, 103.5. Just sign in, GLS Online. Yeah, you're inside with over 65,000 viewers worldwide and growing. The new voice of Tobago's culture is here. GLS Radio. Join in the fun. Every Sunday, 7 p.m. The hottest DJ since sliced bread, DJ Scorpion. Sunday School. Every Sunday on GLS Radio, 103.5. GLS Radio Online, 103.5 Katy Street, Buku, Tobago. Sundays, 5 to 7 p.m. Tobago Local Talent Blast. New local artists, features, interviews, local music.